TAIHS is a community controlled health service. Essentially what that means, it's an organisation that's run by the community. Members elect a board, and the boards have a very critical role in ensuring that the organisation runs in a way that delivers healthcare that's culturally appropriate. Having a workforce with Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people is vitally important to improve Indigenous health. TAIHS' role in recognising that by making sure that we have quite a significant number of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people working in the organisation. We currently have around about 75% of people that are Aboriginal and Torres Strait that are part of the organisation. We have a board that's 100% Aboriginal and Torres Strait. That is important in ensuring that the community is represented within the organisation, and through that we can guarantee that there is services that are provided that are culturally in tune so they fit with the cultural dynamics of the community.
We're fighting a big battle. We're fighting a big battle. But you know, this service is unbelievable. We have dietitians, we have physios, we have eye health, we have dental, mums and bubs with the children, education of the mothers when they're pregnant. You know, we've got nursing students here, we've got health worker students, and I'm giving them as much as I can, probably overloading them. Probably overloading them, believe me.
I decided to be a health worker because I wanted to help my pops. He's at a stage where he needs the support from a health worker, or well, someone in the health industry. And there's not much people, like my mom's looking after my little brothers and sisters, and there's no one to look after him. So I decided to come into the health industry, learn to be a health worker, and go up and help him in the islands. We want to close that gap, and we want our people to live longer lives and actually living through to see the grandchildren. That's what I want my pops to see, my grandchildren.
Well, there's many good reasons I like working here at TAIHS. I get connected with the people here, and not only the workers but the clients as well. A lot of our Indigenous people come in because it's easier for them to understand us, and because the cultural wise and the body language as well. Because there's different body language to us Indigenous people compared to non.
Are most important, the doctors are most important, and the receptionists, if they are Indigenous receptionists, they can give a good support for their own people. The Indigenous health workers is the most important for these organizations. They are the backbone for this place.
I think a service like TAIHS is really important. It's absolutely crucial really, because a lot of the Indigenous women are not comfortable with going to a hospital type situation, and I think they're not particularly comfortable with going to somewhere where there are very few Indigenous practitioners. I've found in general that a lot of the women are very accepting of me, which is fantastic, but I'm sure that would never have been the case if it wasn't for the fact that like I said, I had some really good Indigenous health workers and staff working with me in the beginning and continue to have.
This is a place I believe that our people should feel comfortable in. My role at TAIHS, I believe as a health worker, is to make our people feel comfortable. We have a lot of patients from all around the Townsville district and the Gulf area and all that sort of stuff. A lot of them feel lost in a town this size. A lot of them are renal patients. So I believe my role as a health worker mainly is as an interpreter, and so that our people have an understanding of the medical treatment they're receiving, and that doctors understand the frustrations and that from our clients from out of town.
Being a health worker is something that I think a lot of other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people should look at, because it's really rewarding. You can see somebody who comes in and has been diagnosed with diabetes, and then you give them that education and you follow them through. And sometimes they don't have to go on medication because the health worker has given them that support and the doctor has given them that support. They've showed them how to change their lifestyle, how to eat properly, how to get regular exercise, and just the gratitude, and you can see it on their faces of how thankful that they are that we've been able to support them and give them that quality of care.
From my personal experience, I used to shoot up drugs, take drugs, drink a lot of alcohol, sleep on the park, streets and everywhere. Yeah, so it's like, for me, to take this step is like it's a huge role to stand the gap for other males. It's pretty important role. I would encourage other males out there to take up this position and role to play, to be passionate about. Yeah.
How we build rapport is we do it our way. We do it our Indigenous way. So that's that cultural safety, our Indigenous way. We have a different rapport, building exercises that we go through that are not really an exercise. It's like we're talking to another family member. For Close the Gap to have an impact, increasing our Indigenous workforce, or our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander workforce, is very, very important and very fundamental for us to be able to provide care to our own Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people in relation to being culturally appropriate.
For someone like me, I grew up with going into the hospitals and places like that and not ever really seeing a black face. People always thought that it was just, most people that were black were on the railways and places like that. It was digging ditches, council workers, things like that. And so to see young people actually saying, I'd like to become a nurse, I'd like to become a doctor, is really exciting, because it's breaking that stereotype too, that's all they're only good for, and that they can be professionals too and be specialists and be just as good as anybody else.